Okay, so the data I'm going to be using for the visualization class is still the sales, apocalypse sales. So for people that don't have it, that I want to follow along, you can go ahead and go and download it. And I sent it to the group before. So should be able to send it, see it again. I can't send it because my WhatsApp is actually not okay perfectly. But if you scroll up to the top, you should see it. I sent it last 2 classes. Okay, so let me start. Let me get my data. No, it's an Excel data that I'm going to be analyzing and I'm going to be visualizing. So I'm going to bring in Excel, connect to Excel. Mm, is it? Yeah. It's coming up. And then, okay. So how about data then? Okay, so let's start it. So today we're going to be talking about visualization. So after we've cleaned up our data with our Power Query, done, but at this extent, we might not have been able to do our tracks. So many people are not here. I've been sending it on the group. I don't know. Maybe because I dropped the message. Very soon apart. So I'm like, so let's continue. So I was saying, so so we are now in the visualization. So we can start visualizing our formulas that we created or trying to analyze data more, like visualizing it, putting it in moving from a tabular visual to putting it in a like standard visual that explains more for people that don't really know how to use that. Like maybe the person wants to send it to your boss, so you putting it in data that the person in a way that the person will understand it better and all that. And if you look at our right hand side here, you can see our visualization section here. So under this section here, we have different visuals you can use. We have different visuals, set of visuals you can use. There are some that are new here that you have to actually be created to work a particular system to be able to use. But it's just basically like your Excel where you use your pivot table. Everything you use in Excel for pivot table is here. Your slicer, your bar charts, pie charts, column chart, cluster chart, all of them are, and more. And you have more too. You have KPI, you have Google, and all that we can use. So basically, the visualization is to make to create a dashboard that we can present to, maybe if it's for your work, and present to the people that want to present it to, or also present to our boss, that explains more about, or that gives more information about what he asks you to do. So we can use different visuals to do that. So for example, for the start, let's say we want to visualize. So basic visuals we have in the first one is stacked bar chart. So basically, when you bring in any visual, like if you click on any one of them, it's going to automatically show it in this your report area. This area here, you can see my mouse going over it. Is our report area. I know my mouse is white and this is also white. If you can see, this is the report area. The page that we're going to be creating the dashboard on. So these are the dashboard, and this you are going to be creating the dashboard on. So anyone we click on is going to appear here, and then we can add in our data that are meant to use on the right, and it's also going to show. So this is the stacked bar chart. So if I come here now, I can add in data that I want to be able to use for visualize. So I've not created I've not done any formula or anything at all. So I'm going to be doing formulas. I'm going to be doing DAX functions, and then I'm going to be putting it into this visualization. So, but for the first thing we are going to do, let's say we want to visualize the unit sold by the customer name. So I'm going to say unit sold. So I just putting one axis. So you're putting it in the axis, depending on how I want it to show. But first, we're putting the unit sold. You see the way it's showing it because it's just on one axis. So let's say we want to see unit sold by the customer name. So I'm going to bring in customer name to this place. So I have y-axis and x-axis. So you can see, now I can see total units sold to each particular customer. So if I want it to be the customer name to be in the x-axis, which is down here, I will just remove it, bring it down to this side, and then move this one up to this side. This count for okay, so it should be the other way because this down part is counting it actually. So if you put it down here, it counts it, so it should be this way. So if you bring this one back here, because it's stacked bar chart, it's going to move like this. So it's counting. This one is going to count total. So if you are putting the customer name down here, it's also going to count it. So that means if you want to visualize that, you have to use the bar chart. You can use the bar chart to visualize this other way. So that's basically that. So you put in for the stack bar chart, you put in the because now what we want to do, we want to bring in, we want to get the total units sold for each and every one of the customer. So the x-axis is going to count this for us. So it's going to give us, so calculating it together is going to give us total units sold for each and every one of those customers. If you want to use states, you can use states. If you want to use states, you can bring in the states and it will show you total units sold in each and every one of the states. So because this is stack chart, so it's going to always go like this. That means this one, the customer name has to be before the what's it called? The data that are visualizing. So the customer name, which is what we are trying to, we want to do total units sold for each and every one of the customer. So with this now, you can see what we want. So you can make this smaller, calculate more visuals. Let's say one of total using the bar chart. So okay, this is stacked. Remove that. So I have to click out. So if I want to select another column, if I want to select another visual, not column, if I want to select another visual, I have to click out of the one I already created. Because if I still remain selected on this, if I select any other one, with this one selected, it automatically change what you have here to the new visual. So for example, I have my stacked bar chart. So I can do stacked column chart. It's going to automatically change. So this, you can see it here. It's going to automatically change the stacked bar charts to stacked column charts, and the data will be there too. So you can see that everything has been visualized, but now it's in column instead of the the bar that it was. So if you want to select another one, you want to create another visual. If I the same thing for every other visual. So if I click on this, it's going to change that data. This is clustered bar chart. See, you change that data to clustered bar chart. If I select on this clustered column chart, it changed it. So I have to make sure that I deselect before I select another visual. So I'll make this a bit bigger. Then I'll select and select another visual. So select the what's it called? Stacked bar charts and this stacked column chart are basically the same thing. Just that this one is going to be in bar and this is going to be in column. So I'm going to move on to the next. To have clustered bar charts. So clustered bar charts, basically, just like the one we have up here, you can also use it to visualize in a bar. Like you want to visualize it in a row. You have your customer name, then this there too. That's the same thing you can also do with that. If I select this here and I bring in, let's say I want to know using the states visual. Using the state visual. If I click on this mark behind here too, it's also going to add that data into the place that it's meant to be. So I'm going to select that. Then I want to know total units sold to the stage. I think we have like how many stages? You have cost state, and you can see total units sold. Out analyzing the not really total units sold. I'm just like comparing them. I was saying total actually. So just like comparing them. So I guess so I'm comparing this thing sold for each and every one of those states. So clicking on it will automatically make it filter. It will filter to that particular state. So what it's basically doing is comparing the states. So for example, we have the unit sold in Texas is greater than every other place. Our unit sold in Texas is 951. Units sold in Minnesota is 828. New York 613, then 606 for the last one. 609 for the last one. So this what I just did here now. I'm comparing the states. I already compared the customers, knowing that the customer that I sold the most unit to is that bought the most from us is Uncle Jonas Prep Store. So with this now, comparing them now with this now, we know that the most sales came from Uncle Jonas Prep Store. With this now. So you can see that here now. So I can create other visuals there too. So I think. Okay. So I can create other visuals. So this 100% stack bar chart is also to get it in bars to compare data. You can also do that. So click out and bring stack. So if I bring in my, let's say, I'm going to use city. So city, and then you need so I'm not doing any calculation. So it's now this one is going to give you in percent. I'm going to delete this one first. So this one now does it in percent. It gives you in percent instead of normal putting the amount, then put it in there. So have from 0, 20%, 0%, 20%, 40%, 60%. Okay. Let's go. So this one displays in percent. And now it's showing under 100% because we are showing different like total units sold to them. That's what we particularly sold to them. So you sold under like that percent is basically 100 for them. For example, let's say, because now what it's doing here, if you look at this, you say 900 sold to this one. So you sold up 900% to these people. Those total product now. Because if you go to this our data here now, there's nobody here that we did not sell all the products to. So basically everybody here, sorry. So basically everybody here bought that product. So I'm going to show you because there's a formula I can use to check that, and you see that everybody there bought the product. So if everybody there bought the products for this stack batch, it's still going to be showing you 100%. Because now it's only total units sold. So total units sold for that particular person, it's just going to give you 100% for that one. That's why you're getting 100% on this stack bar chart. But if it was normal, like you're analyzing it with the number, because you know that this not like, for example, now using the clustered bar chart, using the clustered bar chart now, it's using numbers, it's not using percent. So for each and every one of them, it's going to be comparing the numbers it has from it's going to compare the numbers you have. You see 0 to 500 to 1,000. So you get some, this one are numbers, and this one it didn't even get up to 1,000. It's close up to 1,000. So this one gives number, this one gives percent, and each and every one of them they had a particular number sold. So that's why what it's going to do is all those are numbers sold. He knows that he sold that number 100%. So he's going to give 100% for each and every one of them, like that. So that's what this one is used for, to add percentage. Then this one to 100% stacked column chart is to give it in percent too, like this one. Then what about that ones? We still have more to talk about. We have line charts. So I'm going to just click on line charts here. So line chart is just going to visualize that, but gives you with the trend of the line. So you can see the way it goes. You can see from this place, we have from 1,000 to 600 units here. So it goes from this is not up to 1,000. That's why it did not get to this line here. This is not up to 1,000. That's it did not get to this line. Then we have this one. It's just now, if you overwrite it, you will see the label there. It's 951. So this one, it's in the range of 800. So you get that line in 800, but it's slightly above 800 because it's 821. So we have then we have the fourth one. We have the third one, which is Alex the Analytics Apocalypse Preppers, which sold us 613. Then we have another one, which is 609. So because the number did not go below 600, so we have 600 as the lowest number there. So from 600, it's going to analyze data up for you. So we can also edit all this. I'm just bringing in. You can also change the colors that I want to use. So if you want to change the colors, it's very easy. You select any one of them that you want to use. You want to change the colors for, like, for example, this one we have here now. I'll come to this place. I'll come to this side here. And you see where we have this build visual. There's a menu up here. You can see my mouse. Then this second menu here, which is format your visual. So this menu where they say format your visual, you can now format your visuals. Yeah. So for the x-axis, I can change the color of the labels there, this text there, the series number. So you can see I've changed for the x-axis. You see the color of this thing has changed. I can make it bolder. I make it bolder. Then I can underline, basically edit any edit I want to make to, I can do it. I can underline, I can make it italics, I can make it bold. I increase the font for the other side. I can make it bold with this. I can increase the font here. I can increase the width, max area width. So if I increase the area width will increase the width. So I can switch Ajax position. So if I switch Ajax position, it's going to move it to this side. Axis position, not Ajax. Axis position. You can, if you follow, you can see the screen here. Switch axis position here. You can see the button. If you click on, if you turn it on, it will switch it to the other side. If you turn it off, it will take it back to where it was. You can do all that to it. You can, here you can edit title. You have title there, which is this state. Yeah, the state that is below it. Let me increase this. Yes. Let me zoom it in. Let me just include it. So you can see it here. So you see the state here. We can remove it and we can leave it on. So if I remove the state, that's the column name for that state that the column we brought in. That's title there. So I can come in here and I can change the title. So it's in auto. I can change it to I change it to anything I want. If I want state or customers. Customers, I can do that too. I can change that there. So I can say style only title. This one is basically to style only the title here. That title will have there. We can use this to style it, make it bigger, big bolder, and all that. So that's that. You can also, so that's that for this. So now let's now bring in more charts. So we have other charts we can also use, and we have area charts. You can bring in area charts. Use it to analyze. Bring in area charts. Just like the way you have the axis in the other ones, you put in the right data for the x-axis and the right data for the y-axis. So if I put in the same thing I did for this one, I'm going to also see that there. So customer, and then unit so. So you can also see that data it's also been analyzed for me with the area chart. You can see how it looks. I can also edit, like change the colors of the area chart too, and all that if I want to. So the same thing with this one here. We have scattered area charts. Also bring that in. So click out. I think I should do another one for this one. So let's say I want to get total profit. So I'm going to use my create a measure that's showing total profit before I measure total profit. I want to get that. So I'm going to create a measure total profit. So first of all, let me bring in new column to bring in price. I want to bring in the price column and this data. Price to different and price line. So this is the price. This is what I'm going to Production. Cross, bring it into related function again, and then bring in my production cross into this. I said product I production cross. So let me go to my so let's click. So I think I have a measure here. Measure. Look at this. And this too. Total profits. So okay. Please unmute Mr. Favor. Mr. Favor.
Yes, present. Thank you so much for what you are doing. I just want to make inquiry about these visuals. You pick them at will. My thinking was that the visual should be dependent on the kind of data that we have. I don't know if I'm correct, but I'm just thinking that that should be the way, because if we have different data sets, how do we know the particular visuals to use?
If you
But
have
I'm picking it at random.
okay, I understand. But if you have a
Thank
different
you.
data set, it depends on what you're actually trying to do. So for example, now it's just analyzing everything I want to do here, except for the one I want to visualize with the card. I can actually do with any, for like example, like everything I'm going to display in bar, like for example, let's say I want to get the node, because the, like for example, I want to visualize the part of showing the customer that bought most from us. So to do that now, I have to use I can use my card, but that one I have to now go and start using a function to get that out. Then I cannot use card. So I know that if I don't want to use a function, I cannot use card for visual, because card is meant to give me a particular answer, one particular answer. So for me to do something like that now, I know that what I need to actually do is to use my either my scattered bar chart, scatter column chart, all those ones that are named there. Because the reason why is because it's going to actually show me the name of the customers and then show me the trend of how it's going. So with the bars, I can actually easily understand that this customer is the one I sold, that I sold the most to, because of the way the bars, the longer the bars. Because if you're using the one, for example, this one we use here, which is our let me go back to it. So the example, this one we use here, which is our clustered bar chart. So you see that it's showing the customer's name and also now showing us the bars, and we can also put labels. I'm going to also show you that where you can put the label on top of it, so that it will also show the okay, this one is state actually, not customer name. Sorry, I was saying, so this is state, but it can also be the customer name too. But this is state. So I can actually put I can also format it that I will show the total units sold to that customer up here. So with this now, for that thing I just explained that you trying to analyze knowing the total the customer is sold the most for. So doing something like that now, if I want to do something like that now with card, I have to use a function to get that particular customer first. Not even just one function. I have to use variety of functions, because I have to do my bring in the total, do the total units sold. Then now go and use my if function to determine customer that we sold the most to. Or use another function to determine the customer we sold the most to before I can now visualize with the card vision. But with this now, I don't need to do any formula. I don't need to do any. I can actually visualize because it's showing me I will just put in the customers. So let's say I put in the customer here instead of the states. So with this now, I can see the customers and I can see the trend of this unit sold to them. With this my bars here, you can see the one that has the highest bar and the one that is even the first is the one we sold the most to. Because you see that it has 951. So for this particular this we want to do now, this particular visual, we have to use either the scattered, the what's it called? Yeah, the name is there. Can use scatter bar charts, column chart. So column is just the same data that you have there, the same thing you're trying to do. We are now visualizing it in a column instead of in a row. So this our bar is going to be in a row. You have the name, then you have the bar in front of it. You come down to the next row, you have the name and you have the bar in front of it. You come down to the next row, you have the name and you have the bar in front of it. So the reason why I'm using it because I feel like this is perfect to analyze this data better because using this now, people easily understand it. So there are some other scenarios, other data that you actually need to use other visuals. For example, now let's say I just want to visualize the total unit sold alone. I can use my card visuals for that. So let me quickly do that. So let's say I want to analyze total. I want to show the total unit sold. You know, showing the total unit sold now, I cannot use because I'm not talking about showing the total unit sold for each and every one of the customers. I just want to see total unit sold. So if I want to see the total unit sold now, let me do that. I can use my card visual. If I bring in the card visual also. I'm bringing my unit sold here. So it will automatically show me total unit sold there because the card is just used for showing one particular data. It gives you one answer, just like where your measure gives you one answer. Your card will display one answer for you. But every other visual there can actually do more than displaying one answer. So depending on the thing you want to do, if I explain all the visuals there, you should be able to understand the main visual for that particular thing. So for this one we are trying to do now, we can use scatter bar charts, scatter column charts. We can use cluster bar charts to do it because it also helps us analyze our data better. But when we want to just see the total unit sold alone, we cannot use our scattered bar chart because you actually need two data to be able to use scattered bar chart or scatter column chart or bar chart. Are you getting me, Mr. Favor? Are you still unmuted?
Yes, I've gotten it. Okay. You can go continue, please.
Yeah. So that's basically that. So if you're trying to analyze data, like if you're trying to do something that you are going to be bringing two columns together, you have to use all these scatter bar charts. They are the best tool for that, and it's easy. They give all of them. They give you two options that you have to put in data. Two options. You have the x-axis and the y-axis. So the x-axis, the y-axis is the name. Maybe if you're trying to analyze with a name, then the y-axis is for the name. Then the x-axis is the data, like the numbers. I try to add there. The unit sold, for example, for our own, now we have the customer name and the unit sold. So the x-axis is for the x-axis is for the unit sold, then y-axis is for the name. The same thing for every one of them. Then the line charts, if you bring in area chart, you see area chart is the same thing. If I click there, but it's just that the visual will look a bit different. Because now if you look at this one we have here, which is our area chart. See that you see what it's giving us there? It's giving us line. This was bar, giving us the bar chart, give the name and the bar using the bar to analyze the data. So you can look through each and every one of the bars, you can understand that the first bar is bigger than every other one there. So for this area chart now, it uses line. So anywhere you see this dot, let me increase this. So anywhere you see this, if you get to this ending point, which is you're going to see our highest, which is 500 and 951, that is in the range of this 900 part. So even if I over here, as far as I'm still in that 900 area, I'm still going to get that particular answer because that's the only one that is in that 900 range. We have 1,000, 900, 800, and so it does it 100 by 100, 100 space difference. So you can see you have 600, 700, 800. Depending on the data you have, that's where it's going to give you the number. So the number data we have is goes 100 by 100. So it gives us this. So if you have any other one that, let's say for example, we have 2 here now. In this last part, we have 600 in this 600 area. We have our Alex the Analytics Apocalypse preppers 613. Now 613. Then we have the next one also, the last one, which is prep for anything prepping store, which we have 906. So you can see this stuff we have this place that it breaks down. We have 913 then. This so because there's no much difference between, that's why it did not bend down that much, because there's no more difference between them. So they are still in the same line, a bit in the same line. So these ones are the only one in the 600 level. These are the only ones. Then we'll get to the 700. So we still don't even have anyone in 600 level because it's going in 100, we're still going to get. So this one now from the for the 700, we have only one which is even greater than 700. We had to add 700 there because we are going from it's giving the number 600 from 100 to like because we have 600. It's going to give 100 gap, a 100 gap, and you get the next number which is going to be. So if you add anything like 700, it's going to be in this 700 range because we don't have. We just have only for 800. Because you can see we have 800 here. So, but I feel like this area chart, we need to actually format it better to be able to understand the data better. Because if you look at this, you have to always over them before you can see the name and all that. Before you can see the trend of the list. So if I come here, I can also edit it better, make it look better. Let me zoom out. Miss Baby Solar, please unmute.
Hello, sir. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, ma'am.
Well done.
Yeah.
So, my first question,
Mm.
this chart, how is it different from the one we used in Excel?
I said, okay, it's not different. They're not different there. It's just like here, they're just calling visualization, but it's also pivot table. Just like you creating, bringing different charts and analyzing data with it.
Okay.
I guess
Then, secondly, you know, in that one, when you pick, you select maybe 2 or 3 stuff you want to compare, and then you pick the charts, and then the stuff the system will produce the charts for you. Yes. So, but in this one, I don't understand how it started from 600, not from, and I don't even know how we picked the data. It's not like you dropped it. Did you drop it in the field the way we
I just click on it. Anyone you want, you just click on it. Can you still hear me?
After clicking, yes, I can hear you. After clicking on any chart you want.
Okay, if you want to put it the data inside
the information, yes.
Yes, you can. What you can do for the information with that chart selected or with that visual selected, what you can do is you can tick. You see that behind them, each and every one of those columns, there is a box there.
Yes.
So you can tick that box. So if you tick the box, it will add it to where it's meant to be. But you can also drag this thing and put it to where you want it to be. So I guess it is.
So why is it starting from 600?
Because what it actually does is it automatically calculates the number we have. So if what we have started like if you had like a number, a unit, for a customer that we sold like 400 units to, it start from 400.
Okay. So it start from the list number we have.
List number, yes. So
okay, so just pick that.
So the list number we have is 609. So it starts from 600 and goes up.
Okay. Okay, so this one now does not start from 0. You just pick the list number we have and you start from that range.
Yeah.
Okay, so that means it's a bit different from that other one. A bit. You know, that was, I think
yeah,
it
started from 0. Yeah, it started from 0. So what it does, this one does, it just helps you automatically like get that particular number that is the lowest.
Okay.
So I get in, and now it does it in 100,
yes,
in 100 level. So I get in, so it does
yes.
100, and that's how it goes like that.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay.
So after that, we are just creating this thing here. We are not creating the dashboard yet. We're just creating the dashboard. If you create a dashboard, you can put colors, make it final, and that. We're going to get to that part. So so I was saying, so depending on what you want to do, there are different visuals for that. For example, now I want to visualize one particular number, which is total units. You can use our card visual for that. So there's another card visual, that is multi-row card visual. You can use that one to do different rows, not just one. Not just having one data like this. You can have, like, for example, when you analyze total units for each and every one of the customers, you can use that card to do that too. So that card, I think, let me delete one. Okay. So this is it here. Multi-row card. Multi-row card. So if I click on multi-row card, there, now I can add in my customer information here. That same field, and I can also add in the unit sold there. So you see what it does? For each and every one of the customers, I will get the total units sold for them. I can also use this one here too. You can see this in here. So for each and every one of the customers, I'll get the total units sold for them. So I have that. I have this here. Put it down here. Down. So that's that. That's my multi-row card. You can see now I have Alex the prepper, something. I have 213 units sold. Apocalypse. Let me zoom in. So you can see it's very well. This is the multi-row card. This is still card, but it's multi-row. It gives you different rows. Not just this one, not like this one that you can use. So this you can also use it to do something like something you did here. So but this will visualize the number for you. This will compare the number for you. So this is comparing, which is our stack batch, is comparing with the bar. So this one is greater than this, and this is greater than this, and all that. And this one will just visualize the particular number, which is the multi-row card. You can still use it to visualize it. Okay. So please, if you have any question anywhere, just raise your hand up. You have our always on it to ask questions. If you have any question, raise your hand up. I'll continue. If you have any, just raise your hand so I can ask your question. Okay, Mr. Favor. Please go ahead and unmute.
Okay, thank you so much. The last thing that you did, I don't know, I was a bit distracted, so I couldn't get the last one that you did.
So the last one I did.
That's the major. Yes. Yeah, that very one. That very one.
This one, yeah.
Yes.
Is card. It's called multi-row card. Multi-row card. So you know that this card, the first card we have, which is this one here.
Yes, it was single.
Yeah, it's single. It gives you one particular. It adds everything up for you and gives you one particular number. And we use only one data there. So, but for this one, this multi-row card, you can visualize in card format, and we can have different rows. By, like, for example, I can say total units sold. I want to see for each and every one of the customers. So I can bring in my unit sold here, and I can also bring in my customer name here. So now you can see for each and every one of the customers, I can see the unit sold for them. Here, you can see this, I see the unit sold. This, I see the unit sold. This, I see the unit sold. And Like that. Do you understand now, Mr. Favor?
Absolutely. Thank you.
Oh. Okay. So I have that there. Okay, so let's continue. Then we have other chart. We have our map. We have map visual. We can also use map visual. This is just like the way we use Excel. So coming is you point this. Okay, so it's that yeah, just beside the card, normal card visual, you have multi-row. After the normal card, you have multi-row view, multi-row card. So this is it here. You can see my mouse. Let me so you can see this is it here. Multi-row card. Multi-row card. Hope you've seen that, Mr. Let me Mr. Christopher. Okay, so let's continue. So then so we can use our map visual too. Bring in my map. So I can bring in my unit so total unit so the map for this it shows you you can use like your normal map area. For example, let me bring in my map here. Location. Where you see location, put in the location there. Then put in the what you want to visualize in that location. So what the map visual does is it actually visualizes products. It does not like give you the locations we have. We know the amount of locations we have. So let's say we want to visualize. So I'm going to do this in another page so that I can what's it called? I can make it bigger than every other one. So I'm going to create so to create a new new visual like report. To create a new report, click on these places. This way you see the page down here. Click on the plus icon to create a new report page. Then you can also name the report page. Double click on it and name it location. Sales location. So sales by location, and that's the vision. So I'm going to bring in my map here. I'm going to make it bigger so that it's very big. I'm going to make it big. Then I'm going to bring in my states column, put it in this. So in this map, you see now, you have two columns. We have more than two, but the main one we are going to be using there is two columns. We have the location and the legend. The location and the legend. So if I bring in my state column here, then my state will show the states I have. Then now I will bring in this my legend area. I'll bring in my unit zone. Then also in this place, I put in this unit zone here. So I think I should make this total unit zone. Yes. Right. I did total unit zone. Let me do total unit zone. Total unit zone. And let's see. So I will say Okay, so I've added it. So I did my total units sold. Yeah, then now it's gonna, if I put in the state, it's gonna show me the states, every state I have in that place. So I have New York, Minnesota. Let's say now I want to visualize the products for each and every one of those states. So what I can use when I'm using the map is I use something called bubble size. So we see, if you look at these places, we see that we have bubble for each and every one of them. Let me increase my screen. So you can see that it's bubble for them. So, and the bubble is the same size. You can see we have Texas, we have a blue bubble there. This side we have a blue bubble, this side we have a blue bubble, we have a blue bubble here. So let me zoom out again. So now we can use these bubbles we have here to analyze to like showcase the unit sold for each and every one of the states. So let's say now if I come to where I have my bubble size, it comes down, you see bubble size. After the longitude, there you have the bubble size. So if you are bringing my bubble size there, so you can see now, for the place we sold the most, we have the bigger bubble size. So see, for this side, we have, in Texas, we have 51. So that's where we have the biggest bubble size. For this place, which is Minnesota, we have 828. See that the bubble size and the bubble size for this and this is not the same size. So it's using this bubble now to like showcase data that in this state we sold more. In this state, this state comes second. This one comes third. So you can also use, and actually you can also use to differentiate them because they're having the same color now. You will not be able to, like, it's not like that good right now. So what you can do is you can also like bring in total units sold today. Units sold today. This side, label side. So let's not use total units. So let's use states as the label. So if you use state as the label now, it's going to give, the label is going to give for each and every one of those states, it's going to give it different colors. So you can see now, you can easily identify them. You can see that the bigger one has the biggest color. It has the blue color. See that for Minnesota, the color has changed now to zip purple or dark blue. Then we have orange for New York. New York, where we sold 613. Then we have Minnesota, where we have purple, where we sold 609. So you can see that the bubble size is now used to, in the map area now, we can see that the total units sold in this place, the place we sold the most is, and Texas, we have just 5. Is it 5? 4. We have 4. So we have 4. So in each and every one of them, we can see the units sold with the bubble, can easily visualize again like that. So not just this, you can edit it to look more better. So when we come to this format area, we can come to map settings. You can change the type map style to, you can see the map style will change. So you see the map style has changed, make it darker and do something like this. But what it does, it shows you the whole. It's going to show you the whole, because everything the thing we sold is basically in United States. All this everything they sold was basically sold in United States. So okay, so it's basically sold in the United States. So for each and every one of the states, you can see. If it was like in countries, it will just show the whole country, and it's going to show you the total unit like the bubble size is going to be on those countries. The one you sold in the country you sold the most, you will see the bigger bubble size there. The one you sold the less, the one you sold the lesser amount of unit to, you will see the smaller bubble there. So when you put in the label, when you put in the state in the label, it's just for you to like actually label them, like putting different colors for them. Because if you put it just normal, like without putting a label, it's going to give you the same color for each and every one of them, but they are going to have different sizes. But when you put it in the label, you have different colors for them. Map and field map visuals. For your own side, map and field map visuals are the same. Your system, Mr. Eric, please turn on data. If your own is not showing, turn on your data and make use of it. Turn on your data and make use of it. Probably I don't know it for them. Sometimes it will work without data. Sometimes it will not work. So turn on your data, and if it still does not work, then tell me, I'll show you. Just turn on your data first. It should work. If you are connected to your system. Okay. So every other person's own is showing. If your own is not showing, my data is already on. Is it showing now or is it still not showing? Not showing. Come to, this is what I'm going to do, Mr. Eric. Go to file, go to options. Options and settings. I think this should be on now. This is just map. Come to options. Find out. Okay. Can you hear me, Mr. Come to this preview features. But preview features, turn on shape map. Turn on the shape map and come to. It's not turned on. Turn it on. Okay. Then come to security. So when you go to that place, after going to shape map and after going to the preview features and turn on shape map, go to security in that option. If you come down, scroll down, you see map and field map visuals. Then click, check that use map and field visuals if it's not checked. Sorry, sir. Where do you add the color? Color. Please, I'm going to get back to the color part. Mr. Eric, is this still with me?
Yes, I'm following.
Have you done that?
Yes, I've done that.
So close your Power BI and reopen it again, and it should work. If you check in that, if it does not work, close your Power BI and open it again. It should work. All right. So let's continue. So please, you can mute. Okay, so I said color. So to add color, if you want to edit the map, you want to edit any of the visual, just go to your format. You come up here when you see this bar here. Where you see, after the build visual, you see the add data to your visual, and then you see format your report page. You can format report page. But this one, because the reason why I show you format report page is because the visual is not selected. If I click on the visual now, you see, it will be showing three things now. It will be showing the add data to visual, format your format your visual, and then add further analysis to your visual. So this here is where you can edit the visual. So if you want to change the map type, you can do dark mode. This is dark. The style, we have area, we have light. This we don't use before. We have grayscale, and then we have road. We have map, we have road, grayscale, dark, light, area. So choose any one of them. So I prefer that area though. I have this one here. I like the visual looks very, the map looks very nice. So I will use this here now. So you can see that the data has been visualized now. So for each and every one of the state, I can see the state I saw the most. So I can also do more editing to it, not just this. I can add this one is zoom controls. If you want to add zoom buttons, I can use to zoom in. I can add zoom buttons here. Load. I have zoom in button, so I can zoom into the data or to the map. I can zoom out with this. So that's basically what the zoom button is. I can zoom out more. So you can see this. You can see if I want it to be showing states, and then the state we show the most and all that. See that, so it's not America, I'm showing more. You can see go inside, you see. You can use the this thing you added there, this what's it called? The zoom button to zoom in and out. Add this, you can use the zoom button to zoom. Okay, it's working now. Okay, that's nice. Okay, so let's you can use the zoom button to zoom in and out. Then now we can add legend. For the legend color, we can change legend color. You can see center where we want it to be. It's going to be in center of the name. You can see position. This is position stacked. Stacked left, stacked right. How we want it to show. I put that there. You can text, you can add the text. Text color can change. Text color can be text color. There's no text on the label, so if you add text to show there, and make text color bigger. Okay, this is text color here actually. The label text color here, make it bigger. Make it bigger, make it smaller, change the color. Change the color from here. That's for the text. Then you can change title, set title from state to any other text you want. With that. Then bubble. Can edit bubble. Can change bubble size. Bubble size is -10, -9, +1, +2. So bubble size. See, bubble size now is now bigger. So for each and every one, it's going to make them look bigger. So you can see that's bubble size. And then bubble color. We have 3 colors. You have Texas, Minnesota, New York. You can change the color for each and every one of them. So if I change the color for Texas to so I have the color for that changed. So I can do any color I want with this, make it look better. So can do category label. Can turn on category label. So category label means it's not going to show me the name up here. You see, I mean, this here. If I turn it on, you can see. So each and every one of the categories. Yeah, you have Minnesota category, you have Texas category. Then you can increase the category text like this. This one here. So you see, this is the category. This thing here. Make it bigger. Make it bolder. And change. You can change font style, change color, and all that. And then you can also change category label background to black. Yeah, black. Yeah, I'm changing to light blue. So you see, category label has been changed. So I have that there. So now let me do that my total unit. So that's the the what's it called? Map. Then we have field map. Another requirement to do the field map. So click on field map here. So this one is the same thing, but it does not use bubble to calculate, it uses color. It uses different colors, like shade of color, like fill of color. Let's say bring the same thing, the location. Click on my value storage. Click behind. I'm going to take it down. That. So I can bring in the location, is the state. So you can see the state we are in is new. You can see the field, see colors for each and every one. Using color instead of using the bubble. So now I will add label. My label will be the state. You see the color has changed for each and every one of them. You see Texas, use Texas color, use this color, use this color, and that. You see the color. It's just like the normal map you had there. You can the same edit you can do. You can change it to area, you can change it to road. But now what it does, instead of using bubble, it uses field. And it's going to take a field, like the color is going to be over the amount, so like it's bigger. The one that has bigger field, the field that has the bigger span would be the bigger one, where we show the most. You can do more editing to it, make it bigger for you to see it, increase text, add labels and all that to it. So if you come here, same thing, you change the maps. This is road, change it to aerial. You can see better. Where it goes. I can add controls, zoom in controls, zoom in and out. Zoom in out, zoom in and out with controls. Add back, on that. Basically, every staff can do it here. Come to legend, change the position, top, bottom, any I want the legend to show. Right, legend will show at the right. Going to the right start, will show at the left start. So if I scroll like this and talk to the left, see it here. Make it bigger, more than the text, I can make the text bigger. Anyway. I can make the text bigger. So I can also change field colors for each and every one of the case. Field colors can be changed to something like the normal map use the same thing for field. Hope you understand this. Do you understand what I mean to make from map? Do we understand? Sorry, said yes. Any other question? Tell me, sorry, I understand. Give me solar, go ahead and mute. Go ahead and mute.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
So, as for this state, I didn't really get you.
For what?
So your for the state, this map stuff.
You don't understand.
Hello,
So
can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you.
From that bubble, you said you can use bubble to display bubble to display. I didn't get it.
So now, what bubble is displaying there? So what the bubble is displaying is just the unit so. Let me go back to that. So you're looking at this, this in here. Let me show you what we'll add in the bubble size. Come to bubble size. Come to bubble size here. You see what we have here? We have total unit so. Can you see it, Mr. We have total unit so. So what the bubble is actually visualizing is that our unit so. So you know that for each and every one of the states, we have a particular unit amount of units sold to them.
Okay.
I get it. So that
Okay, so
unit,
okay.
that bubble
So
size,
we're visualizing states against total units. So
yes, that state now have this all the states there in the map. So now the bubble there is to visualize that unit so on for each and every one of the states there. So is the bubble is just like the the identifier for the unit so. We are going to use to identify the unit so. So the bubble stands for the unit so there. So if you come here now, over this, you see how the total unit so this bubble, that's why this bubble is bigger than every other one, because this is where we saw the most units. So.
okay, so the bubble, is it did it come there automatically or we added the bubble?
The bubble will be there automatically, but it will not be able to do anything if you don't have anything that you are meant like telling it to do. It's just going to be small for each and every one, but it's going to be bubble because you added the states. You have a map. You get it? What you are going to do, what when you add in the what you want to visualize on the program, like it can be total profit. It can be numbers of orders. It can be different things for that bubble, not just unit 2. Do you understand? So that bubble will identify it. It can be other stuff. It can be, even if you are using another data, it can be number of like for example, the data I'm going to give you for my dashboard, I guess I got to create. Let's say for an election now. You can see total number of votes by a particular a particular what's it called?
Yes,
candidate, sorry, a particular candidate. But now you cannot do that with this because this is states. If you put candidates, it's not going to work because you need a state, you need that either country or that for map. So I just give you an example of what we are actually doing with this. You have the map, you have the states. Then we are using the bubble now to visualize the total units of each and every one of those states. Not that we cannot do this thing with another vision, we can do it. We just want to use the visual and the map vision. Do you understand this principle?
Yes, sir.
And that's
so now.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so now, sorry to drag you back a little.
No,
so which visual stuff gave us this map?
It's called map. This, you see the map. It has that word global listening that like there. Okay, zoom in so you've seen it. Have you seen it? This is it here. The one with this map. That's what gives us bubble. Yes. Then the field map is the next one beside it.
Okay.
Any other question?
Yes. Sorry, how is this map different from the field map?
This one uses bubble. That one uses color. You see, just a fill of color in the particular area that you have. So you can look at this. You see, instead of showing bubble now, showing just a fill in that particular area. That particular area.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. So, any other person? Is there any other question? This number 5. Any other question? So, okay, I'll move on. So, we have other visuals there that you can use that are there. They are basically the same way. So, for example, if you want to use funnel, you can use funnel. You have other visuals. Let me create another page. So, I'm bringing in my funnel. So, for the funnel, you have categories and the value. So this you can also that other stuff you can also use. So let's say now, for example, let's say I run an ad now, and I get different customers, and I get customers, and maybe I run ad. I have a data that I run ad for different platforms. So and I want to know which platform give me more customers, and I have the data now. I can use this from a function from this to visualize. I can also use it to also do my this I just did my state. If I put in category can be the name of the customers, then the value can be units. So you can see which are every one of the customers. So what it does, it starts from the smallest to the from the biggest to the smallest. And this is just the limit of what you, this is just the smallest of the things that you can do with this. There are other stuff, there are other things you can do with it. If one particular visual you can use it to analyze different data in different ways. You can be talking about another different thing entirely. Like I said, one candidate, number of votes. You can use it to do that. So I can use it to do something like this. Just put in the category can be my name. Or if I have different products, I have different products, I have different categories. I have the same product, like the same product, but they have different categories. So I want to know total units for each and every one of those categories. And as far as data is there, I can analyze that, add the category, add the value, which value can be count of rows, count of order, unit sold, total profit, everything can be value. So that's funnel view. So as I was saying, you can add two tips. Two tips are when you over it, you should get something like this. So these two tips. If I put in price, the two tip, price will show in two tip. See price is showing in two tip. Then I put in this is my two tip here. So the price has not shown in two tip. I can add in other columns to show in the two tips. So that price from that two this thing there can show total profit. So let me complete this total profit. So sum of units sold times units sold times price. To get revenue first, time price, sum of price, and sum of price and sum of price minus sum of products minus sum of reduction cost. And sum of reduction cost. Get our total profits. Okay. So I want to show total profit in the two tip for each and every one of those customers. Drag the total profit to the two tip. So this is the two tip here. So other visuals has two tips too. So it works the same way. If you if it's bar chart, if you over in the bar chart, you see the two tips there. If you have things in the two tips. And by default, it will have numbers for in the two tips. What you are using to visualize will be added in the two tips for you by default. But you can add more to the two tips by bringing in more data when you see two tips. If you scroll down to, if you're using bar chart, it should be down because you have more listing there. So that two tips there, you can add in more tools, more this thing to break down the data out. For example, total profit for this now is 589,000. So 585,062. 89,062. So let me change this. Over this, I have it in currency. Okay. So that's that. Then I have other ones I've been using since normal. You have your Yeah, please go ahead.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, ma'am.
Well done, sir. Please, I just want to call your attention to the calculation on the total profits.
Yes.
I think we are missing out something. The unit cost supposed to affect the production cost too.
Unit cost.
Yes. Like the calculation you did now, the unit cost multiplied by the. Are you getting me, sir?
I can hear you. So you are saying
Yeah.
total sum of total units. Now we are not. We are saying sum of units sold times
Multiple. Yes, by
multiplied
the
by price.
by the price. Yes, that one is okay.
That's revenue minus.
Then minus the production costs multiplied by the unit sold. Because
no, now we don't need to.
No, you don't need to do that.
Because you already summed it up. You already summed it up already. You're not doing it in column. If you are doing it in column, then that's when you need to multiply again. But because we already summed it, we are using measure. You know, measure, you have to sum it up first. So when you sum it up, you don't need, because now measure is giving you one answer. For this particular area now, it's already given us one number. So I'm dealing with one number now. We're not dealing with different numbers. So for example, if you come to this column here now, you know, this is where we have different numbers here. And if we were doing it here, we would have just said with this together. But because we already summed it up together, we are just calculating with one number. We've summed everything here up. So it works perfectly like that.
okay. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, sir. Thank you.
Well,
Yes, sir.
okay, Miss Misala, please go ahead.
Well done, sir.
Yeah.
So from what my madam just said now, I also tend to see it in a direction. I understand that we want to do measure, I want to sum up. But before summing up, it's important we also get our calculations right. If you look at the data, I can't see your screen, no, that data screen. Can you please go to it? That's okay. Look at units sold for the first one, unit 32.
Yes.
Price 26.49. Production 13. Right?
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. So when we got if we want to get our revenue now, what we got in, you know, we are going to say units sold times price. Have we?
Yeah.
So profit should be that revenue minus the total cost now.
Yes.
And total cost, you're supposed to, for us to get the total cost. But for me, I'm seeing that this production cost is for the singular unit.
Yes,
so
now I understand where you're going to, Miss. Yeah, I understand what you're trying to say. But that is if you are in column. So because in that measure now, we already summed up everything. We are trying to get total units sold. So even the units, even the 30 is no longer just 30. It's now 30 plus 60, 8 plus 60, 9 plus 40. So everything there on that unit has been added up. So we have total unit 2. Then we have total price. So any amount, so that means that this thing now, this 13 now is going to go 32 times. It's going to minus 32 times because already some this all everything up here. If we had just one here, and we'll sum it up, it's still the same thing. But now we have 32 here, it's summing it up, and in that particular. So let's say if I want to do that thing I did there now for here now, what I'll do is that's why I need to do that. What you are actually saying. New column. Just give me 1 minute. I want to give someone a thing. So let me do it here now. So let's go ahead. So we want to get the total profit. So total profit. The total profit. So total profit is units sold. I'm supposed to create the revenue first, but I can actually do it without creating the revenue yet. Because if I say units sold multiplied by price. Units sold multiplied by price minus, that's this revenue. Units sold multiplied by price is the revenue. Now to get total profit, now you say production units sold minus units sold multiplied by
production cost.
But that
Yes.
this one is because we want to get it in columns. We are going to be getting answer for each and every one of them one by one. In the measure, we already sum everything up. So it's going to give us the correct answer like that, in that measure part. Do you understand now?
Yes.
Okay. The name total profit is already used. Okay, so let me just total profits. Say the name total profit is already in use. Let me change it to it. So it's coming. So you can see, you get the correct answer.
Yes.
So now let me come here now. And then use the card. Please, you can mute now. The noise. Can you hear me?
Yes. I should mute.
Yeah, because of the noise. It's more noise is coming from my part. Okay. So let me delete one. Okay, so I've talked about the card visual, and I've talked about, okay, then we have another map visual too. We have another map visual called shape map. So if I come here now and I bring in my click shape map, this shape map is actually trial. It should be on you guys now, but this is my own still a trial feature. Just brought it in new. The shape map, you have your location, bring in location. Location can be state, city, anyone you have, country, location. So you have different, these are locations, yeah. Location. Then you have color saturation. Color saturation. The color saturation can be the unit sold. The color saturation can be, so what it does now is shape. It does not show you like your normal map. It just show you a shape like this way it is now. Then and you can see all that states. If you over there, you can see all that states there. You can also replace it to show you that. But it changes the color, just like your fuel location, the fuel map. It shows in color. So it shows in color. If I say this here now, this is where I show the most. So I can actually edit it. I can share the label. The label should be the state. push the state. So label now, you can use the label for color them. You can see that which are every one of the states, you can see total label state. Then you can edit it to show the states better. You can change the map type from, you can change the way it is. So country, UK, state, US, you can just filter. If it's based on like every country, you can put in the particular state you're trying to, like if it's Italy, put in Italy region. See this Italy is selected, but we don't have anything to do with Italy. You can use that like this. So, but the only way we have is United States. You can see, go to United States, we have that there. Then, so you can also add, change the label color, change the label position. This is the legend. This legend here, change the position and all that. Change legend text, font, size, and all that. So come here, this legend. Then few color, so you can change the fill color the way you want it to move that. Like that. Change the fill color. Yeah. And do border color. And do border color, then you can do blank areas color, you can change blank areas color. Blank areas like all these ones here. Change the color to like this. This blank area color, change that one. This one. You can also put zoom button, manual zoom, select auto zoom, select zoom, this, select it and to zoom to that place. Click and zoom out, select, zoom to that place. Click and zoom out. Click once, can add that manual zoom. Zoom in with your normal display. Then you come to this general, you can change the background property, background color, header color, for instance, background color should be change the background color from general property size, like the size of the change position, horizontal, vertical position. See, going to this side, change for advanced option. Can push shadow to this tooltip color can also be changed. Come down, tooltip, have tooltip color. Change the other tooltip, you can change text color and all that. Text color, come down to this side. Then text color, label to value to. However, see, can see it there. Text color as changed. Okay. So Okay. That's that for that. Then that's shape map. So the other ones I want to talk about. So the other things we're going to talk about, but I think we should leave that on Monday because of time. Because you're going to take time. You have you can watch the video. The video is up there. KPI, Google, KPI, KPI visual, the Google visual is there. Then the next one is the composition tree. The composition tree video is there too. KPI is there. So please go through those videos. That one is the main piece we're going to be talking about on Monday. Then we are going to create a full dashboard on Monday. So please, if you have a question, raise your hand so I can answer your question. So the other stuff I'm going to talk about, you can also still add different buttons to different pages. Come to insert here, add buttons. I think it's different. We have Q&A, this feature. Also have Q&A, question and answer. You ask question about your data and she answer the question for you. I'll talk about that tomorrow too. Okay, Mr. Faye. What's the minutes? Okay. Bye, Mr. Faye.
Okay, thank you so much. I just wanted to find out that on this visualization, can we use ChatGPT also to help on visualization while we are doing data analytics?
I don't get it. We want to ask ChatGPT question.
Yes, because why I'm asking that, I think there's somewhere I stumble on something that you can also use a ChatGPT, to.
It's not chat. It's question and answer. That's what I'm just saying here. You ask a question about your data and to answer the question for you.
Okay.
That's Q&A. Question and answer.
Okay.
So
Okay. No
you
problem.
ask a question about the data, and it would you tell you the like what's it called? That one is, I don't even know, it's sheets. Because you ask your question, tell it what you want to, and you tell it the chart you want it to use to visualize, and it will bring it out for you then. So that's
okay.
what the Q&A does. So we're going to talk about that.
So are you saying that we're going to demonstrate that on Monday? I mean, sorry, on yes, on Monday, yeah.
On Monday, yeah. I want us to have the class on Monday. So I want to start now trying to editing this video so I can drop it fast. I'll drop it this night. So let me edit it and drop it this night so that we'll be able to have our class on Monday.
Okay, thank you.
So any other question? If you have a question, okay, Miss Minnesota, please. Yeah, go ahead and please.
Okay, well done, sir. So in summary, our class tonight is based on visualization.
Yes. And we'll just talk about
so just to say
we have not started creating dashboard. We just talked about the visualizations, some of them, not all, but some of them, just some of them. So when we are done, next class, when we are done talking about them, we are going to create a full dashboard.
okay. All right.
That's the question. So please watch the video. It's there. Watch the video on KPI and Google. Then it is composition tree. The video is in Seller. You have time to go through it. Okay. So any other question? 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 So in the absence of any other question, I will draft for the class to end. If you go to the video, you go to the video and seller or anything, and you have any question, please just message me. I'll answer message me. I'll answer your questions. So we have our class on Monday. I'll make sure I drop this now so that we can go through it and we'll be able to go through it tomorrow and after the class. This network to me yeah, I'll drop the recording. I'll drop the recording with you. So I'm just going to give a small assignment, just small. The main assignment is going to come tomorrow. Monday when we finish tomorrow. Small assignments. Okay, I'm going to type it. I'm going to drop it in the group when I'm dropping it. So I'm going to just small assignment so that we can just do something. Submit. But the main assignment is after the rest class. We don't know how to play the video. Okay, so good night, everyone. See you guys on Monday. Please go to the videos. Yes, okay. Submission for this. Yes, I will drop. I did the link I dropped for DAX. The last DAX function. That's the link you're going to use to submit the DAX function assignment I gave. The last one I gave. So use the same link to submit it. That's the link for that DAX function assignment. I will drop it again. And you can also submit this one. I'm going to give you in that same place. I'll get on it. So just thank you to relax. Yeah. Okay, so good night, everyone. See you guys on Monday. Good night. Good night.